Call the meeting of the City Council, Elgin City Council to order on Tuesday, June 9th, 2026 at 6 p.m. Will you please all rise and pledge the flag with me? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Alex, can you please do a roll call?
Yes. All right. Mayor James Johnson is absent at the moment. Council President Teresa Hilton Schaefer. Councilor Louise Burke. Councilor Larry Hicks. Councilor Franklin Cobbs.
Here.
Councilor Tiffany Lambert.
Here.
Councilor Matt Wilhelm.
Here.
Student Councilor Jalen Tolliver appears to be absent, but we otherwise have a quorum.
All right, thank you.
Oh, good for her.
Item will be to revise or approve the agenda.
All right. So there is a motion. So with the two things we need to add an executive session after adjournment and add committee appointments and open that item immediately. So somebody just has to say, I move to adopt the agenda as amended.
I move to adopt the agenda as amended.
All right.
All in favor?
There needs to be a second, Madam Chair. Sorry.
I'll second.
All right.
Yeah. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes.
We're gonna go into recess.
Nope, not yet.
Nope.
Need to. So the item open now is committee appointments. So there is one individual, Corinda Johnson, has asked to be appointed to the Planning Commission.
Thank you. I'm not prepared.
All right.
All right. Does anyone have any questions for Corinda? She has volunteered or has volunteered to be on the Planning Commission. We need to approve that. Anybody have any questions or comments?
How are you doing today, Corinda?
We appreciate your help. All right, we're gonna do a roll call vote and take care of that.
All right, Council President Hilton Schaefer,
Aye.
Councilor Burke, Councilor Hicks, Councilor Cobbs, Councilor Lambert, Councilor Wilhelm. Motion passes. Yeah, can you say who was the motion? The second, sorry, for her appointment was.
Oh, I motion.
You moved and she, okay.
Yeah, the two.
Okay. Tiffany.
Congratulations. Well, when you find time.
How much more do you need on your plate?
Oh,
All right. Now, Madam Chair, please recess the meeting.
Take care of business and we'll be right. James Johnson. Thank you.
Did you ask for public comment before?
No, we did not.
So at this time, we'll now ask for public comment. There is no public comment. We'll move on to elected officials, and I see commissioners here, so I'd like to call on him.
Thank you.
You betcha.
Apologize for not being here much recently. I have a new knee. Life is good again. Wanted to let you know that the transient lodging tax, which when you sign up for Airbnb or a motel or something like that, when it says the room's $150 and by the time you get done it's $220. That's all those fees. Part of it comes to the county. And the commission, it was early last year, changed the way that we distribute those funds. And there is a line item in there for cities under 10,000 that don't collect transient lodging tax. So basically everybody but LeGrand. And very soon, you should be getting a check for a little over $2,000 to do with what you choose.
Thank you. Very good.
Yes. So
I did have, or did you have more?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Any questions?
Yeah, I got one. And we've never had this before, so we don't really know how to handle it. And it is I believe it's in the county. We have a homeless camp across from our river. Down there at Grand Ramba, the RV park underneath the bridge. My big concern is when I looked at it, and another counselor as well, Tiffany, looked at it. She actually brought it to my attention. they've like dug under the bridge, and so it's kind of concerning, structural maybe. I don't know how much digging they'd have to do to affect the structure of the bridge.
But
I-
they're definitely digging
I'm
into
not
it.
aware, obviously.
No, and I had called you.
Yeah, be more than happy to alert both the sheriff and Public Works
Okay, thank you.
and
That's what I was hoping.
hopefully get it corrected here.
Awesome, yeah, we've never dealt with it before, so I was like.
Right,
we
well,
do.
and
Yeah.
we've got some that are kind of on the city, county of another city as well.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's,
Right.
Yeah.
Yep, more than happy to bring it to their attention.
Great. Thank you.
Yeah, it is on the county side of the river, where
Okay.
the Elgin Cemetery is right across that, and we're just kind of making sure that people coming out of the city going to see their lost ones are safe.
Any other questions?
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. All right, have you heard from a deputy?
No, I believe the sheriff's supposed to be here tonight, but I have not heard from him.
Maybe got a call, maybe.
That happens.
Okay, we will come back to that if somebody shows up. Public Works.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Throughout the month of May, the Public Works has been busy with cleaning up right of ways around town. They've been mowing, weeding, and cleaning up around all the signs and hydrants. We had 2 water service line repairs and a couple of meter boxes that had to be pulled and new ones installed. We have had an increase in locates as weather gets nicer and folks start those projects. We have completed the work on the flower beds around City Hall and ran drip line to each of the barrels. At the wastewater plant, we have begun irrigation. The pivots are running smoothly and pumps are operating at normal capacity as flows are average for this time of year. We are still planning on pulling in aerators soon and derating and servicing those. At the transfer station, we had our annual inspection from DEQ and I'm waiting on a report back from them. The ODA will be inspecting scales this month as they could not get to us last month. The transfer station is still seeing a good average of patrons using the facility every Saturday. We typically get about 50 to 60 loads coming through. On the drinking water side of things, we have seen an increase in water demand on the system due to yard sprinkler irrigation systems coming into more frequent use right now. We are making slight adjustments and handling the demand just fine. So we also have some annual samples to be pulled for the coming month too on all the wells.
Are you staying for the whole meeting tonight or?
I can if you'd like, yeah.
No, actually, unless you wanted to stay, we could skip on over to the Division Street upgrades really quick and go over that. Sure. That
Can I
way,
just say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Was it someone from your team that was out at the RV park today fixing that big old hole in the road?
It might have been Jason probably.
Oh, okay, I couldn't see who was driving the backhoe, but it
Yeah,
was so nice driving out there today and I didn't get lost in a hole.
yeah, Jason did take the back of it.
So
Okay.
we'll come back to the public library. We're gonna go over to Division Street upgrades really quick. Talk about that. That was putting the idea of putting the rock we have out front, matching, carry that on to the library. Of course, you guys had that good idea, by the way. And then use what we have left or get a little more to put in around the bottom of the tree. It's really trip hazard and just doesn't look good. And the reason why I wanted to hear for that was you also had another idea.
Yeah, I was gonna see about looking into like grates. I mean, the grates aren't gonna keep the weeds from coming up, but if you put like that weed barrier down in there, then maybe put the rock down and then put they're called castings is what they are. They're heavy,
Yeah, so
steel cast iron.
they look good.
Yeah, I don't know if Woodland has them in the middle there.
They do have them and they go great.
Yeah. Anyways, I just gotta get some measurements and check on them.
That would take care of the rock problem coming out of there.
Then the rock won't get out of there, and we won't have to worry about sweeping it up with.
Yeah, because right now the kids ride their bicycles through it and
Yeah.
blows it out of there, and as long as something walks and.
Yeah, if you have those castings on there, you keep that stuff from rolling out.
Okay.
But the rock would also make it look nicer too underneath the weed barrier, keep the weeds.
You get glowing.
We have him check into that, the cost, and then if it's within our budget, that's something, Alex, you can just approve that, correct?
Yeah.
It's just a maintenance issue.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, well, we'd appreciate looking into that. Thank you for that. Anybody want to add to it or?
Good. I'll get a count on all of them. There's been some that when they die and then they get pulled out, we kind of concrete them in. Now, those ones are gonna not, but the ones that are still existing, I'll count those and you'll get those, see if you can get those shredded up.
All right, thank you. Okay, we'll move on to public library.
Council, Mayor, Alex. We had our first summer reading program event last Thursday. And actually we had significantly more kiddos this year than we did last year. It's tracking more along the lines of the way it was in 24, which I'm really excited about. 2025, we had kind of a low water mark, but considering everything else going on, I wasn't surprised. This year our signups were a lot earlier. People that last year didn't bother to even show up until the day of the first program were in a month ahead, and we're super excited. The age group seems to be about the same as last year. The years prior were running most of the kiddos between 4 and 10. So our program targets as much fun and games as it does serious learning. We just want them to understand that the library is a great place and that there's so much to do there. It's not just a place for dusty old books, and they're very happy, and the parents seem very pleased with what we're doing. So we also, I'm proud to say, my grant request for money to expand our library of things, makerspace, and 3D printing capabilities was approved. And the city has received the money so I can get the equipment.
That's great.
So I also received an accolade from the libraries of Union County last year, indicating from Carol and other people that are involved in the decision making that Elgin is one of the few libraries actively and aggressively utilizing that grant for what they want. Part of what they want is to improve the technology and accessibility to the public for these things. And many libraries just apparently aren't doing it, and they were very pleased that we are one of the ones that's doing it. So,
Well, I will tell you, since my uncle's moved here, he really loves the library, so he gives me updates whether I want one or not.
oh, he comes down all the time when I chat with him.
He always has nice things to say, so.
Well, that's good. At least I don't have to, hide my face in public.
No, I think everybody's really happy with the way the library is being ran, so we thank you for that.
Thank you guys. We're very close. One last thing, we're very close to having that permanent local antenna system. It's mounted. I just needed, I bought a lightning arrestor system for it. And once that's grounded, that antenna will be permanent. And that's part of our emergency communications network. And it'll be the first anchor node. Subsequently, there'll be one down here at City Hall, one at my residence, and then anyone else who wants one. The equipment cost is very low. We're talking significantly under $100. And the way they work is the more you have, the wider the blanket spreads. And when it's on, it'll mean that you can text or send GPS information to it from anywhere to anyone on that group. Even if there's no cell, no internet, no satellites, no power. The systems are extremely good and very cheap. So
neat.
We're very close to having the first one permanently online.
A good safety feature to have in this facility.
I think we'd like to have one at the RV.
Yeah, that's absolutely doable. Our dream, now that the fire department apparently owns the old PGG tower, is I'm going to build one into a enclosure with a solar panel and the ability to remote control it with a laptop from the ground. Once that's up, it'll blanket everything practically from Roulette's Pond up onto all the way almost up a toll gate. So these things have a very long range relative to what people think. There, several of them together can blanket an area almost 40 miles across.
That's amazing.
So anyhow, still working on it, work in progress, but it is kind of in my wheelhouse. So
All right.
any questions?
I have two questions.
I didn't do it.
The first one is, come on.
It's regular council meeting now.
Am I good?
You're good.
Sorry, I missed you guys.
Thanks, Tony. I
What's
appreciate
the
it.
theme of the summer reading?
Oh, this year's summer reading program theme is called Plant a Seed, Read. And what makes a fun, thing to roll off the tongue, explaining allegory to 3 to 8 year olds is an impressive task all on its own. We're going to hopefully have, knock on wood, 3 presenters. I have 2 of them nailed down. Liz, the compost chick out of North Powder, she's hilarious. She brings a goat and a big box full of worms and compost, and the kids have never had so much fun. They still giggle about it. Like they come in months later still telling me about the goat and the compost. They love that. And this year we have the Wallowa County Apiarist Association. coming down to talk about bees and how important pollinators are, and both in agriculture and then for flowers. They plan on giving a whole presentation.
No, I love that.
And I've contacted both our fire department and the sheriff, hoping to get the kids a public safety sort of speech going and let them see the car or whatever, you know. But both the sheriff and the fire department are still struggling with figuring out if they can do it on one of those days, so we'll see. Another question?
Yeah, the Grand Library has hotspots that they rent out.
Mhm.
Is that something that we could work towards?
On one hand, yes, hotspots are not particularly difficult. On the other hand, there actually have been built into every cell phone, both Apple and Android, for more than 10 years, which has cut the use to have them to hand out to almost nothing. In the almost 5 years I worked for the library, I've only had one request for one, and it was because the gentleman didn't realize his inexpensive Android phone already had the ability built in. Best thing for people to do, and that's what I've told some patrons, is if they really need access to data, CHD as well as other departments can arrange to give them cards for access for time. So if they need help for a month or two to get data access, that's the best way to go about it. Without having to keep an inventory and do, you know, fidelity tracking on a bunch of little tiny easily stolen devices.
Yeah, I know my daughter uses the library a lot. She lives in there, and there's like a line, like you have to return it after 2 weeks. You can't renew it because there's a line for it.
And honestly, if we started hearing that, or if I had local patrons coming in and asking, I would certainly put that on my priority list. We
Right.
kind of had a heat map. For example, we used to have 30 library subscriptions to magazines. We now have 3 because nobody's using them, and that costs the city money. And since the city pays me to protect that investment, if people aren't using a resource, we have to pull it. And thus far, I haven't seen anybody really coming after those. If you know of people, have them come talk to me, and I'll start a checklist to see who really.
I was just curious because I know, it's something that my daughter uses a
Yeah.
lot in the Grand, so.
Understood, yeah, and if you need, or if you know anybody, let me know, please.
Thank you so much.
Anybody else?
6:27.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
What's the data limit on those?
The ones that most libraries give out have a day limit, usually around 25 gigs.
Data?
No, that's monthly.
Daily.
Now, these days, data's gotten really cheap. Like, it's not particularly expensive to add more. But the last time I knew of one that was used by somebody that had been checked out, I believe it was 25 gigabytes.
It's enough to run 3 laptops for homeschooling. Tell you that much.
Is there a criteria? It has to be for schooling? Is that?
No.
So she.
No, when you have one available to check out and you check it out, you can use it for whatever purpose you want that's lawful. So if you just want to use it to serve or send emails, any of that's just fine. Usually they're on a tight leash though. They're just 2 weeks and they have to be returned fully, you know, to give them to the next person.
Thanks for all your info.
Yes.
All right, we'll move on to ordinance.
So in May, we did one abatement that everyone can see. And right now, I'm gearing up my files to get our second one rolling on July 1st. Get that process going. Otherwise, just trying to keep people and get their properties within reason, since we're at probably high fire dangerous here.
Yeah, I wanted to bring that up. I think that, and you guys tell me if I'm wrong, we need to really be making sure we're paying, I've talked to Alex about this already, making sure that we are really paying attention to people with really high grass right now. With the 4th coming up and everything, we got some serious dangers and safety concerns. So, I think we should really switch focus there to getting that stuff taken care of.
Speaking of that, I think it was last year, no, it was a couple of years ago, the sheriff's department did not patrol on the 4th of July. And we had a conversation about it, but I'd like to make sure that they are here on that day because we will need help if it's as dry as it's looking like it's gonna be. This is my request.
Okay.
I mean, they should have been here anyway.
You have any more on the ordinance? You guys have any questions?
Yeah, so we've been doing the dumpsters weekly. We wanted to see if this week is the week we want to end that, or do we want to do it another week?
I think it's going really well.
Yeah.
If we have enough funds, I would propose that we do it one more week.
Have they been full every week?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just making sure.
Yeah.
They've already been scheduled for this.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I mean, we can
It'd
just
be one more week after.
do one
that,
more
right?
week after that. So we say bring them next week and next week will be the last.
Yeah, and that puts us in line with doing a good cleanup before a lot of our big events.
Absolutely.
All right, we'll do it one more week. Good to know.
Thank you.
Thank
Where
you.
does somebody find the listing of where they're,
It's
Facebook.
on Facebook.
what's that?
It's on
Facebook.
Facebook.
Don't do.
You can also come
City
into
web.
City Hall and they could print you a copy of the map.
And if you'd like, I'll print it out for you if you come down to the library.
There you go. Great. Thank you, Justin. Okay, we'll move on from ordinance. Mayor. All right. 4th of July banners. So, I want to say it was myself that had this idea, but if I'm wrong, somebody correct me. Get some banners up for our big 250 celebration. And so I called Kat at is it
Monkeys
on
on
the
the
Run?
run.
And I know she's worked with some other, like the chamber and stuff, and done some great things there for us. So I spoke with her. She kicked over the idea of we should put, Sasquatch on at least one of them just to, show our support for the festival. And then I had the idea that the one that we'll put out in front of City Hall could have the Stampede Stagecoach on it. So she sent over several, I think I texted a couple of counselors pictures just for them to look at, and everybody sent them to liked them. We ended up getting estimate to get those banners done and put out, and you have that
Working on it.
available.
Working on it.
Okay. So I'm looking for a motion to approve.
All right, so an 18 by 36 was $30 each, and 96 by 36 was 144 each. So 300 for smaller ones, 288 for the larger two, or total for 588.
So how many would that be total?
We'll get 2 large ones, and then I don't have it in front of me, but how many of the smaller ones?
10.
10 of the smaller ones up division. They'll hang from the things like the
Yeah.
senior deals do. So whole division will be lined with them.
Are those, do we own those brackets or are those the schools?
That's a good question, but one was left up, so I don't think they'd be too concerned if we did borrow them.
Depends on whether or not we possess.
And maybe we just need to leave them up. So I don't think that'll be an issue.
So
I'll make a motion that we purchase these banners for the celebration. I definitely like the Sasquatch and the Stagecoach.
Okay,
I'll second it.
we have a motion and a second. Do we have any further discussion on it? If not, I'll take a roll call vote, please.
all right, Council President Hilton Schaefer, Councilor Burke, Councilor Hicks, Councilor Cobbs,
Aye.
Councilor Lambert,
Aye.
Councilor Wilhelm,
Aye.
Mayor Johnson.
Aye.
Motion passes. Cool.
And we have, move on to council reminders that I brought up a few months back. I'm not sure who all helped with these, but the purple binder you have some great information in it. And I'll be honest, I haven't looked through the whole thing yet because I just got mine when I got here. So Tiffany, can you read off for me the sections there? You're
On the side?
tabs? Yes, please.
We've got charter, rules and procedures, and then we have ethics. And sorry, I can't read the handwriting very well.
Harley Pro.
Harley Pro and
Job description.
job descriptions. Thank you.
I think
Sorry.
this will be helpful, and I think in the front page there is also, is that compact information for everybody?
Yep.
So this is something that we've never had before, and I hope it's helpful. Made myself one, and then I got thinking, why don't we have, each of you have it? I'm surprised to have all that information.
Yeah, I'm surprised we haven't had these. I mean, it's almost a necessity, isn't it?
Well, I
Yeah,
made one for myself, but I never really, well, I'm sorry, I never really thought of.
Well, I appreciate it.
Guys,
Thank you.
I actually wanted to thank Alex and staff for putting them together. I did not have to do anything. They came up with the idea and they put them together, so.
Thanks, Alex.
Oh,
Thanks, Doc.
Yeah.
All right, I'm glad that everybody likes those. All right, we'll move on to administration.
Cool. Well, my current term ends on June 30th, so if you want me, you have to vote to reappoint me. Or not, then I walk out with a $20,000 check, so. To you.
Preemptive motion to reappoint Alex.
Yeah, it's on the screen there.
All right, I move to appoint Alex McCahad, city administrator pro term from July 1st to December 31st, 2026.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second, and without further discussion, I just want to make sure that all the terms are still the same as the last time.
Yeah, the contract review board hearing later, you'll vote on that. It's the same.
All right, I'll take a roll call vote, please. Yeah, correct.
All right, Council President Hilton Schaefer.
Yeah.
Councilor Burke. Councilor Hicks. Councilor Cobbs.
Yeah.
Councilor Lambert.
Aye.
Councilor Wilhelm. And Mayor Johnson.
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you.
Welcome back, Alex.
You can never leave.
No. Is there no public comment?
Not on this, no.
There'll be another section for public comment on that, on the contract, yes. Okay, are we moving on from, that's all you have for administration?
Yeah, it's not much
Okay.
else.
Move on to resolution 15/2026, student counselor recognition. Want to make a special thanks to Counselor Jalen Tolliver for her time here with us at the city. Alex, you want to give some more information about how the money situation works?
Yeah, historically, for the student counselors that have served in the past, we award a $500 scholarship. So once they get into a post-secondary institution for further education, they would let us know, and we would make a $500 check out to the institution itself. We've been doing this for a while, so really appreciate Jalen coming in and offering perspectives from herself and her fellow students. She came in a few times to help me scan public records, so that was really, really nice. So she will be missed. We wish her luck wherever she is right now.
Oh, I did tell her to make sure she was at the next meeting. Yes, maybe we should call and remind her.
They're in Arizona.
Oh,
Yeah,
this makes sense. Okay.
That's gonna.
Tiffany, would you be willing to maybe call her mom tonight?
Yeah.
And let her know the outcome of this vote that we're gonna do?
Absolutely.
So the suggested motion is at the bottom of the screen, if anybody would like to make a motion.
Move to approve resolution 15/2026.
I'll second.
All right, I got a motion and a second and a roll call vote, please, as long as there's no further discussion.
All right, Council President Hilton Schaefer, Councilor Burke, Councilor Hicks,
Aye.
Councilor Cobbs, Councilor Lambert, Councilor Wilhelm, Mayor Johnson.
All right,
Motion passes.
thank you. All right, moving on now to city charter ballot measures.
All right, the City Administration Committee had 3 meetings. The Administration Committee ultimately wanted to recommend that we submit 3 different ballot measures to voters this fall. The first one, Resolution 16, will cover the city administrator, will change the selection process from an election to an appointment. Then it will change the job duties around from sign all treasury orders to oversee the treasury. And the third one is allowing the city council to bifurcate the administrator and recorder roles as they see fit. The second one, Resolution 17, would allow the mayor to appoint and remove city committee members with council approval. And the last one, Resolution 18, expands the selection timeline from 2.5 weeks to 3+ months, in line with other cities. So that's what we came up with. Any questions?
I do want to mention that I spoke about this at a roundtable. I went through each one and explained to different citizens. We put out a lot of different notices about this. We've held lots of meetings asking for public comment on it and stuff. And so I think we've done our
Great
homework.
step. We need to do this.
Yeah, so
Do we,
suggested motion at the bottom of the screen.
do we write how this is worded on the ballot and it's gonna be?
Yeah. So the ballot
Yeah,
measure.
clear and simple is the best thing, because some of that can get really
Yeah.
confused, you will.
So now with the passage of the resolutions, the ballot title will actually go to the city attorney. He will draft one. They'll have to be posted publicly for a few weeks. During that time, people have the right to challenge the ballot titles at circuit court. If there are no challenges, then they will go to the ballot.
I move to adopt resolution 16, 17, and 18, 2026.
All right, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second. Go ahead.
Okay, Matt is the second. Is there any further discussion?
No.
No, I'll ask for a roll call vote, please.
Council President Hilton Schaefer.
Aye.
Councilor Burke. Councilor Hicks. Councilor Cobbs. Councilor Lambert. Councilor Wilhelm. Mayor Johnson.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you. All right, we'll move on to new business, resolution 19, 2026, Crawford Green.
All right, the full bill for the nuisance abatement that occurred at 790 Cedar Street in May ended up being higher than we expected. Let me pull that one up right here. It ended up being more than $1,200. It was about $4,650. So the full price of lien that ends up getting put on the property is the fees for the abatement plus a 10% administrative fee plus $152 in lien filing fees, and that will be recorded on the property once the council passes it.
I would like to point out that the last time we did a big abatement like that, it cost us somewhere close to $20,000. So
Yeah, I remember that.
we did really well on this one was fairly reasonable.
That's from that burnout property.
Yes, right. Yeah.
Does that include just the land where the whatever shop was, or does it include the whole
entire
property? Okay.
Yeah. Yep, it's one contiguous property.
I move to adopt resolution 19, 2026.
Then motion, do we have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, 15 seconds. Is there any further discussion?
Nope.
I will take a roll call vote.
Council President Hilton Schaefer.
Aye.
Councilor Burke. Councilor Hicks. Councilor Cobbs. Councilor Lambert. Councilor Wilhelm. Mayor Johnson. Motion passes.
All right. Next one I won't like.
Yeah.
Resolution 2026 water and sewer rates. This is the increase that we were having to do. We've talked about this for several months, and so now here we are to ask to do another increase.
Yay. Yeah, that's not my favorite part. But the water and sewer base rates go up by $250 a month starting July 1st. So that would be for that bill period. So people wouldn't see the increase until August after they've had a month worth of water under the new rates.
The unfortunate side of this is that we've taken money from the state and we're locked into having to take this increase, and I hope the public understands.
This ensures compliance with our CDBG grant requirements.
Yep.
That's
So this would be really nice if you'd put that out to the public.
Yeah, because a lot of people don't know.
Cause
about
I
it.
had no idea, and I follow you guys. You know, I mean, how come all of a sudden we're getting increases every year? And
That's my dad had the same conversation with me and I explained it to him. He's like, oh, well, that makes sense. So if we can get the information out to the public about it, maybe we'd have a little less
Okay.
backlash.
Make it a minimum.
I don't think a lot of people realize too that grants sometimes have requirements where you have to match them.
Well, and
Most of the time.
the
Yeah.
upgrades that we're getting from grants are extremely needed, so.
there's
Yeah,
there are
no,
billions
right.
of dollars.
I'm saying that.
The other option.
Well,
is
it's
to do it out
easier
loud.
to, it's easier to
Information,
choose, you know, information.
It goes a long ways for.
Thank you. Can't hear you, Paul.
Write the information on the bill when you send them out.
Oh, on the bill, okay. Have we
That
done that
saves
before?
money. Yes.
Cost a little?
No.
No, you just add it to the bill. There's a little box where you put info in.
Okay, thank you.
If we get her, I apologize.
No, you're fine, thank you.
Well,
That's actually helpful. Okay, we'll get information out that way as well as maybe some social media. Do we need to make a motion for you to put that on the next bill, little information about it?
No, I'll just do it.
Okay, thank you. All right,
I have one question.
Yep.
Is it raising both the water and sewer, so it's gonna be up $5 a month?
Yes.
Okay.
so suggested motions at the bottom of the screen.
I move to adopt resolution 2026.
I have a motion, we have a second.
I'd second it.
Larry is the second. Is there any further discussion? Not, I'll take a roll call vote.
Council President Hilton Schaefer, Councilor Burke, Councilor Hicks,
Aye.
Councilor Cobbs, Councilor Lambert,
Hi.
Councilor Wilhelm, Mayor Johnson.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Now,
Okay, we'll move on to RV park bathroom summer hours of maintenance. This is gonna take a while.
Well, if we wanted to open the other bathrooms up for the summer, is that the consensus?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it from what, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. was
Yeah.
that what I felt?
Well, 4:30, and then it gives them time to, whoever's, and I'll, in charge of that, if staff time to get home, leave by the regular time. And I also wanted to put out a request, for a proposal, or get a motion, to put out a request for a proposal to have that is really, because it hasn't been used. We really need to get that place pressure washed. That being said, if we're gonna do that, we ought to check into the prices of having all of our city buildings pressure washed. They can only use it to wash. And maintenance on our buildings is a big deal. I know that, I install siding a lot, and I'll look at places I did 10 years ago and then look at mine and it looks brand new because I pressure wash mine every year. I clean it up. It's just like a car, you gotta clean it up. So what gave me the idea was seeing how bad the public restroom area is down at the RV park. So I'd like to put a request for proposal out for that.
I also wonder about renting a pressure washer and
We could check into that as well.
Might be
and compare the
a lot less
compare the
expensive.
two prices, because we won't be able to do this until next month. We won't be able to vote on it until then anyway, so we got some time.
Can our maintenance guys do that pressure wash? Yeah.
Yeah, that's something we could check into, and maybe we have a pressure washer, I don't know. I just thought with the extensive park maintenance that we're gonna be doing, it's probably gonna require a lot of our public works staff to be tied up there. So I thought, contracting that out was a much easier option and more efficient. But I'm open to looking at whatever you guys want to look at.
I just think if we save a little money there, we can spend more at the park.
Yeah, that's true.
That's not a very big building, is it?
No, but I mean, if you think about, you get a regular old household pressure washer, whatever small one you got,
3 days.
and you pressure wash all these big buildings, it's gonna be pretty rough.
Oh, I think you're just.
And well, you can reach, and then we got guys up on ladders
You need a
and.
commercial pressure washer.
Exactly.
4 gallons per minute.
That's what happens out there.
It's not gonna happen any other way.
So the only concern I have is the current situation down underneath the bridge and opening the public bathrooms up.
No, I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
So keep an eye on it and see how it goes.
okay. I mean, it's public, they're people, but
Yeah,
it's just, that
understandable.
is a concern.
I can see it right out my window.
Do we have a budget for putting up porta potties? Like towards, like where people will be, large, heavy traffic areas? I'm just asking.
I don't think so. That would be nice though.
I'm just.
Okay.
So do we want there's two buildings at the park and they both have bathrooms. The one on the east end has been closed for a while due to a significant history of vandalism, as well as a lack of camera coverage. So do we want to open that building up or do we just want to open the bathrooms? Well, all right, open them all and see how it goes. Okay.
Hey, you don't tell me no.
No,
That's why
I
you're
just,
here. We all have a say.
I don't know, I just worry about
For the public.
that many people coming into the park and because right now those bathrooms are super nice. And
Well, remember all the concerns with the community dumpsters?
yeah,
And then look how that turned out. People really respected it. I think we might get the same.
We can request that the sheriff's department just run a patrol down there every so many hours.
Yeah, and they
They already
are
do.
really good about that. Yeah.
Well, and that's with residents at the park too. We could see if you see something, report it.
Absolutely, see something, say
And
something.
I'm
Justin,
running
go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, I kind of agree with both sentiments. You know, I think that generally speaking in Elgin, most people are, even those that disagree, are often respectful at a basic level. However, the problem becomes when you have people that we don't know the origin stories of, and we don't know whether or not they are likely to engage in those kinds of activities. So I think we should totally open them all up, but at the same time, we ought to keep a closer eye. And if people, especially residents of the park, start noticing a major uptick in weirdness going on there, they ought to be the first people to pick up the phone or call the non-emergency
Yeah.
line.
So maybe we try it for a couple weeks. Yep. Go ahead, Randy.
So I know that the community center ones, they lock them up because of vandalism.
And
And
there's a lot of kids hanging out there though.
they hang out the river
I'm
too,
not accusing kids, but
but I mean, they
Yeah.
hang out down there. I see tons of
I
traffic
don't
down there.
disagree.
So, I mean, that you.
It's been a
you
busy
can-
time.
We got a lot of adults at the RV park, so
Yeah.
I think we should try it for a couple weeks.
I think the biggest thing is keeping them maintained, and keeping them clean,
Yeah.
you're more likely to keep them clean, that's
Yeah,
huge.
right. Yeah, keep them clean and good.
And if it goes bad, shut it down.
We don't need a motion for that, do we, Alex? I don't think so. It's just a maintenance thing.
Maintenance thing. So do you want to have them open? I'm looking at 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Thursday.
Yeah.
All right.
Did you change that, Tiffany?
Huh?
8 a.m. to 4.
I'm writing it down.
Do you want to do 8 a.m. because nobody from the park is,
So
for
we need-
maintenance comes through at 7?
Yeah.
So we want to do it from 7 to,
I want to do it 8 to 4.
okay.
Give
Need a
people time
motion for those.
to get in.
So, I just need to know how it works to open them. Do you just turn the code off for those hours or do you?
I don't know.
Might need to purchase new hardware. It's pretty old.
Okay.
We talked about using the ones that you have.
My phones, yeah, that would work. I don't want no access to them.
Yeah, they're really inexpensive
Okay,
and it'll make convenience for
Yeah.
everybody.
yeah, they're $100 a piece.
Well, just something to keep in mind with all this too, because being on the chamber, a lot of business owners get a lot of people in looking for restrooms. And there's not a public restroom between La Grande and the Wayside in
Yeah.
the canyon.
And that's why I was really disappointed in the Lions Club, because they were gonna put one down there downtown. And it didn't happen.
It's still a thing that they've talked about.
We're hoping to do that.
The biggest thing is maintenance, and having someone.
Yeah.
You really need it, my Friday, Saturday,
So
Sunday.
we still got
We
a
have
lot
to
to get through here, guys, so do we need a motion for the time we're gonna open them?
Yeah, do we want to have a motion to open all all RV park bathrooms 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Thursday?
Make a motion that we open all RV bathrooms 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Thursday.
Have a motion, do we have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, is there any further discussion? Not, take a roll call vote, please.
All right, Council President Hilton Schaefer.
I'm excusing myself.
All right, Councilor Burke, Councilor Hicks,
Aye.
Councilor Cobbs, Councilor Lambert, Councilor Wilhelm, Mayor Johnson.
Aye.
All righty, motion passes.
All right, thank you. All right, we'll now move on to lawnmower.
Do we have a date that we're gonna do that?
We're gonna start tomorrow.
Okay.
Tomorrow, perfect, all right. Now move on to the lawnmower we discussed for the Joseph Branch Trail, pocket park down there. It's actually ours, the city's park, and it's really our responsibility to maintain this. That was set up for my time, I know that, and there was never a contract put in place between JVTC and the city of Elgin. You know, and they made the park happen. We got a nice park out of the deal. I think that the city should maintain that ground. I don't want to upset our current volunteer.
I don't know if you would be.
But instead of having to have a volunteer mow one of our parks, we should probably just take care of our own property.
So I have something to say about that, though. So on the planning
Yes, sir.
commission, when that happened,
Okay,
they told us they would maintain.
Well, and they are.
They did not.
They are.
I feel really bad because little Scotty Ruckford mowed it for the first year. They promised to pay.
They didn't pay Scotty?
They did not pay Scotty.
well, I don't want to get into that because I don't know the details, but I do want to say that the city at the time probably should have had a contract in place.
Yeah, they should have.
Between the two, and that's really none of our fault now.
Yeah.
But it is our property and it is our problem. We need to deal with it.
All right, so we're just talking about taking lawnmower down there in a moment.
Yeah, we need to have our public works, or have Alex directing the public works to mow the grass.
Okay, yeah. I don't see a problem with that.
Do you need a motion for that, or is that something?
No,
you can just take
we're
with-
just gonna tell them tomorrow, start adding it to your weekly maintenance schedule, and that's that.
Done.
Do we need to contact Mary Hawkins?
And
Like
just
you said,
let her know the plan,
Huh?
and let her know the plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do that.
It's still city property, isn't it?
Yeah, but they just bought some weed killer and then they also paint and maintain all
Well-
the wood on the park and everything else.
If they, if they wanted to take care of that stuff,
Okay.
that's great.
So if
Not
I
gonna
could
turn
keep-
down volunteers for that
Right,
kind of
yeah,
thing.
it just might be great to have, keep
Yeah,
that.
yeah, keep that communication open. Thank you for that, Tiffany. Appreciate it. Okay, we will move on to Sasquatch Festival Downtown Restrooms. So the festival has grown really big and I just want to give some credit where it's due. Thanks. Tiffany has really worked her hell off helping get this festival up and going and getting it to the point where it's at. August 1st, we're having this big festival. We're now projecting, what is it, 19 vendors or 20?
We're closer to 30 now,
Wow.
so I just had another one.
Is that with food?
But
vendors?
with food vendors and
Okay.
that is goods and services as well,
Wow,
so.
30 deals. So that's gonna be pretty large. Given that, we're gonna need quite a few porta potties for this to bring in. I know it's pretty common in other cities that the city steps up and will help pay for that kind of thing. I was wanting to recommend that we would help cover the full cost of any extra facilities needed for the events. It is, collaboration between the chamber and, city's been open with this, which is greatly appreciated. And the Lions Club is also really supportive of everything going on as well. So we have some really good community going on right now, and I just want to keep the city involved and
Women's
help
Service
you
Club
push
too.
that forward. Yeah, Women's Service Club's been involved. So I'm looking to see if you guys are interested in making a motion to help cover the cost of these.
We mean, do we have a price?
Yeah, what kind of? About here?
Well, so that's the other problem. I was waiting to get an updated bid from Spot On Septic, and I haven't received that yet. But I do know we could have that before the next meeting, but that's
Yeah.
gonna push it pretty close to the start date of the festival. So do we want to approve a set amount? Or how can we?
Do you have?
Well,
any idea
it's
what
in
the-
August, right?
It's August 1st.
Yeah, so the next council meeting is gonna be in July.
So the other thing to think about there too is will the fairground have their bathroom up by then, and are they going to take all the porta potties
Yeah, the first bathroom's already been installed, right, Commissioner?
at the fairground?
Yes, but they are not hooked up.
Okay. Will they be hooked up by fair time?
That is the plan.
Haha,
So
helpful.
I'm just
Thank you.
looking at,
Spot On didn't give me any indication that they wouldn't have some for us.
I'm on
So I'm
their,
assuming that they will have them available.
I'm on their website, I'm trying to find some prices.
Can there be a public question?
Yeah, I'll take some public comment.
Do you have vendor fees for this?
Yeah, but it's also going towards hiring musicians for the event. And advertising and banners for the event, and then we're putting money back into the community.
So the vendors won't bear the cost of any of the restrooms then? Okay.
A little
Fund
bit,
some of it?
it depends on how, if.
Well, I don't,
Are we
I don't
talking
think
about
that
like
we should
two,
at all, because we're gonna use any
two
profits
units or
to
three?
beautify the downtown.
What's that?
hold on, is it like 2 units or 3 units? I mean, how many units are we thinking, like 2?
I think he had like 6 on there on that first quote, but it was kind of high, so I was kind of
And one was
going back and
88.
forth.
Like-
One was 88, yes, correct.
Alright, so.
Would you find some monthly prices online?
Yeah, I found some, so we're like $500, do you think that would cover it?
No, I'm thinking it'd be closer to a couple thousand. That's my guess.
Well, how long are we gonna have them is the question.
I think if,
Just one day.
yeah, it'd be one day, but I think they have to stay through the weekend.
Yeah, they'll have to stay through the weekend because I'm giving the timing of it. I would, I'll just need to call a special meeting once I get the new estimate
Yeah.
to make the approval. Would that be okay, guys?
I'd prefer that.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Our numbers, I'm not getting.
Yeah, sorry, I don't have numbers.
Yeah, and just one last piece of info for everybody is that we have already donated $1,000 to the Sasquatch Festival. So this would be in addition to the money we've already contributed. All right.
And honestly, I think after they get the first year under their belt, they'll need less support from the city.
Oh, we're looking. It's like 3
And
days.
please keep in mind that the amount of money is probably to our town and downtown business.
Okay, so.
So what we decided we're gonna do is get an estimate and I'll hold a special meeting if we need.
Yeah, I know, I'm just kind of running some numbers now.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Yeah, it may be, yeah. All right, we move on to Elgin Opera House donation. This is one we've been talking about for quite some time. We actually moved the money a few months ago for this. The total bill to fix their pipes, to get up to code, to drop their insurance considerably. Right now, they're having to pay, I think it's like some godly amount, 37,000 a year. They can't sustain that. They just can't do it. So I mean, you know, and if we end up with that building back, we're gonna have to do the same thing. So that total bill would end up being ours anyways, because if they go out of business, we get the building back.
What could we sell?
Per the contract. That opera house brings thousands of dollars to the city.
Yeah, I understand that, but I mean,
Thousands.
what could we sell the building if we got it back?
If everybody here wants to be recalled, you could absolutely do that.
So, sorry, Franklin. I get it. You're exploring, yeah, different options. So, we've moved $5,000 originally for this. It's more than $5,000. But I am confident that they can figure out how to cover the other part of that. So my suggested motion would be to have our donation fund to $5,000 for the Opera House plumbing issues.
Did not get any questions from local plumbers?
Yeah, they did, but they did this one in conjunction with one that they had over the hill to make the cost a little bit better, getting two of them, you know, at the same time. So they did really do their research and get the best price they could. I think they got.
I say without saying vendors come all the way over here, so outbid everybody.
Yeah, the suggested motion would be to donate the 5,000 that we'd already talked about several months ago.
Sorry. It is.
You have one.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure we saw the estimate document. So
Yeah.
now that we're moving to motions, we get to move back to motions. So yeah, you just say move to donate $5,000 to the Elgin Opera House.
I moved to donate $5,000 to Elgin Opera House.
Second, seconds. Any further discussion?
Why couldn't we split it with them?
Yeah, I'm thinking more split.
Well,
Split what with?
please correct me if I'm wrong.
Well, this is a split.
But we have talked about this for a couple of months now.
Yeah.
We all agreed.
This is a split.
No, we all did, and
We're all-
we already gave them the building.
Maybe you did.
Well,
You did.
yeah, I mean, what we've discussed is a split. The cost to them is 7380, and we're talking about spending 5. So this is a split.
Oh, okay. I thought it was, the total was 7380.
Yeah, so the
No.
total is 7380. We're gonna donate
And
5.
this is not all of it. We actually have other issues that they were
Okay.
able to take
Yeah.
care of as well. So
Yeah.
it was actually much more than this. I think their total cost was like 18,000 or something.
Oh.
Yeah, it was not good.
Yeah, the thing too was
I don't
we
want
were
that.
grandfathered in with our insurance,
Right.
correct?
Yeah.
And then when everything swapped over, that's when they got hit with that big.
And I will say the Opera House tried everything they could. They've worked really hard at figuring this out, so. We got a motion and a second. Is there, that's for further discussion again? Roll call vote.
All right. Council President Hilton Schaefer,
I
Councilor Burke, Councilor Hicks,
Aye.
Councilor Cobbs.
No.
Okay, Councilor Lambert, Counselor Wilhelm, and Mayor Johnson.
Aye.
All right. Just make a note of that.
Okay, we already covered, thank you for that. We already covered Division Street upgrades. And we will move on now to public hearing.
Budget.
Okay, at this time, we will open up the public hearing and ask for a staff review.
So we approved the budget at the budget committee meeting that happened last month. There have been no changes that have come up since then. There is some latitude under state law for us to change the budget at the council's public hearing, but thankfully we have not come up with a need to do that. So the budget is ready to go. Three documents you are going to vote on tonight. Resolution 21, 2026 adopts the budget. Resolution 2022, 2026 levies property taxes. And Revolution 23, 2026 opts into state revenue sharing. State revenue sharing is something that the state collects income taxes from everybody, and part of the state's income taxes goes to cities that opt into it. And that always turns out to be a portion of our budget. It goes into the general fund that allows us to pay for law enforcement and other fun things. Does the council have any questions for me?
Yeah, what are the downsides to opting into state revenue sharing?
Zero. It doesn't come with any regulations or strings attached.
Not like the governments, but we have to.
No, there's no DEI requirements. They just give it to you. It's a statute that was passed a very long time ago.
I'm sorry, I'll stop the meeting. Commissioner texted and said, my apologies. I need to go. My nephew's having dinner with my wife and me before he goes home for the summer. So he wanted us to know that he didn't just take off. So, okay, we will resume now. Sorry about that.
Any other questions?
Well, I think it's the best budget we've had in a long time.
All right. Well, before we move to the public hearing, I think we need to do a couple things. One, Councilor Hicks has a relative who serves as a city employee, so he needs to recuse himself as well. Unfortunately, I believe Councilor Lambert needs to recuse herself as well because we're going to be donating to the Sasquatch Festival. And she is part of the governance of that organization.
Yeah.
With you. That's funny. That's really funny.
Okay. Now, open it up. There's public comment. Is there anybody in favor of the budget? Favor? Is there anyone against? Anyone neutral?
Cool.
All this day. Well, now, close it. And open it up strictly for the council to consider a motion to.
Well, before a vote, now everybody here has to name that they have an actual conflict of interest because they may receive reimbursement for travel and other expenses.
Correct.
Got to do it one by.
I'm Mayor S. James Johnson and I have a conflict of interest.
I'm Tracy Hilton Schaefer, council president, and I have a conflict of interest.
I'm the council member, and I have a conflict of interest.
I'm Matt Wilhelm, council member. I have a conflict of interest.
I'm counselor number 6, Franklin Lane Cobbs, and I have a conflict of interest.
All right.
Okay, now at this time, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll move to approve resolutions 21, 22, and 23, 2026, and to adopt the 2026, 2027 fiscal year budget.
I second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there anything discussion? If not, we'll take a roll call vote.
All right. Council President Hilton Schaefer,
Aye.
Councilor Burke, Councilor Cobbs,
Aye.
Councilor Wilhelm,
Aye.
and Mayor Johnson. Motion passes.
It's the best budget city of Elgin's ever seen.
Heck yeah.
Alex, when a person has a conflict of interest, they can still vote. Is that what you?
That's correct. So this is a very specific conflict of interest that comes down to counselors getting reimbursements for travel. It is guidance that is provided by the Oregon Government Ethics Commission. If there were other more substantial conflicts of interest other than these reimbursements, like for example, a counselor has a relative who works here and another counselor is on the board of a nonprofit that's going to receive money, those specific actual conflicts do require them to recuse themselves entirely. When it comes down to compensation, you do need to declare it, but once you've declared it, you are then allowed to vote for it. So that guidance came from the Oregon Government Ethics
Thank
Commission.
you. That was a good question. Thank you. Okay. We will now open up another public hearing for resolution 2226 imposing taxes. Staff review, please.
Oh, actually, so the motion just now was to
It
adopt
covered
all three resolutions. Yeah. So,
Okay.
yep.
So, and this is just all annual, regular
Yep.
stuff, tip for the budget.
Yes.
Okay, sorry about that. I thought we had to do each individual one.
Nope, we've done all of our
Thank you
hearings.
for that. Okay.
Yeah.
Please.
Yes, please.
Yeah, we'll wait. Good idea. Thank you.
Figures.
You saved him. Now, I
Keep it open.
Yeah, thank you, Larry. Okay, we will now move on to contract review board, city administrator appointment.
So you did vote to appoint me for another 6 months earlier. Now this is the compensation package. It's the same as we adopted at the beginning of the year. Salary of $72,000, 3 weeks of vacation. That's that. No terms have changed.
Do you know what page it's on? I saw it in here earlier, now I can't find it.
Oh, be closer to the end probably.
You
It's gonna
have
be
a
before the
computer
budget.
Pull it up on the screen,
Yeah.
if anybody has any questions. Or do we technically have to make public comment on this part?
Not really. I mean, you can if you want. I think Mr. Reed said he wanted to ask
Yeah,
a
that's
question
what I
earlier.
asked.
Yeah,
I found it.
it's up to you.
Trying to be respectful of everybody.
I'm good, I read it, I'm done. I don't think it's anymore.
Is everybody- Yeah, it's the same that it's been for months.
Yeah,
He's not asking for anything additional. Which is, that's pretty generous, so
Pretty
thanks for
substantial.
that. Pretty generous. Thank
Yes,
you.
it is. Very
Um,
generous.
I don't have any questions. Do you guys have any?
Comment.
Yeah, go ahead.
Alex, I'd like to thank you for your dedication, for your hard work, and your very thorough execution of this office or job or placement that you have. I mean, we are aware that you're probably taking salary that is half of what you would normally get anywhere else. And just want to give our greatest thanks to you for your job. Well done.
Yeah, thanks for your leadership skills.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it. Thank you. Really nice, Franklin. Thank you. All right. Do we need to make another motion to accept these agreements or?
Yeah, there'll need to be a motion to pull that up. So
Motion.
it'll be the first one up there. Move to approve the contract.
I move to approve the contract appointing Alex McKayhad, City Administrator Pro Term from July 1st to December 31st, 2026.
A motion, we have a second.
I'll second
All right. A motion and a second. Is there any further discussion?
Is there any public comment?
I'll let you comment.
If Alex is not, if the city charter is not amended at voting, do you continue having him temporary? Or is the city gonna have to be required to have someone?
I suppose election. and
yeah,
voters
that's-
will tell us that.
That's easy to explain. Yeah. So
What do you do after
So
the elections?
if I am elected to a full term this fall, then I've got 4 years to do the job.
So your name will be on the ballot this year?
Assuming that I get my filing done correctly, I do intend to file. I've got to be careful what I say out loud while I'm on the clock right now about my political intentions, because it'd be just as wrong for me to talk about running for
Wondering about
governor.
the city's
But yeah, if I do not wind up on the ballot, it would be up to whoever does wind up on the ballot. If nobody runs, then at the same time, the city would have to reappoint somebody every 6 months for the next 4 years after
Just
that.
like we've been doing.
Yeah, so.
I would like to
Yeah,
address something.
go ahead.
To clarify for the public, having an elected city administrator is not the best interest for the public. Because an elected individual has certain protections that a hired individual does not. If we can get it to where we are hiring a city administrator rather than electing a city administrator, it will give the people of Elgin more leverage over their own government. And we'd like to give more power to the people. That's what we're trying to do, so that we, in the future going forward, have a government that is responsible to the people of Elgin.
And how does the city residents have power?
Because we are elected to represent you, and we'd have direct authority over a hired person in that position, rather than a person that is elected to that position that would be untouchable.
So residents are.
We're getting pretty off topic here. I appreciate you trying to explain and all the questioning. It sounds like Dick has a lot of questions on ballot measure and all that. If you'd like to set up a time with myself and Alex, so we can educate you on this, we would be happy to do that. But for now, I'm gonna have to stop the conversation.
All right. So next up, we have two different scope of
Well,
work.
hold on
Oh,
a
sorry.
second, we still need a roll call vote.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay. Well, all right. President Hilton Schaefer, Counselor Burke, Counselor Hicks, Counselor Cobbs,
Aye.
Counselor Lambert,
Aye.
Counselor Wilhelm, Mayor Johnson.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you. Okay. You got Anderson Perry on there.
Yeah.
I got Parker's tree service next.
Oh, it's kind of whatever.
Oh, you're kind of.
I wanted to group them together,
Okay.
to Anderson Perry and to Cody. So these are both scopes of work that we have to approve related to the grants.
Do Parker and then.
Okay, we do Parker.
It just is the way it shows in my paper and I'll get lost.
No worries. I dig it. Okay.
Tree service.
Yeah, so our public works director worked out an arrangement with Parker Tree Service Incorporated for $3,000 worth of work per year. They just wanted to have some at-will use to come to the transfer station and deposit brush and tree limbs that they're cutting down in the community. I think that's certainly helpful for them, helpful for folks in the community who need it. I do think at this point, though, we also need to have a plan to allow there to be other use if we're going to allow a company to do it. I do appreciate that there's a contract here, but at the next meeting, I'd probably bring a resolution that says if there's somebody in the community who needs to do that during the week, then city staff that are on the clock would go up to the transfer station and open for that, because there are windstorms and things, other freak accidents that happen. So I think just making it a little more open to people, I think is good. But I do like this arrangement that they'll do $3,000 worth of tree trimming services for us per year.
Yeah, I want to mention that I think it's a great idea to support a local business like that. You know, it's a win for us, a win for them. I also want to note that I know that Parker Tree Service has been looking at some different properties here. I don't know what their intentions are or if they're really going to buy or not. It's none of my business, but I want to mention that they're looking to invest in the community. And they have done some great tree service work for a lot of individuals I know here in town.
Yeah.
Oh, you were one of them? They
Yeah,
worked for
grants
you.
were
So I think that it's a killer deal. Yeah. I mean,
Free labor for dumping the branches.
well, and remember, we used up more than half of our budget last year
Just
at Whitty Park, just cutting that one tree.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Well, it didn't cut again.
yeah, this is amazing.
We burned those,
Yeah,
don't we? So
yeah, it just gets
not-
burned.
not-
It's not a big cost. That's
Let's
just
just
somebody
jump
run
over
up and let them in. They're cleaning up the community as they do it too. So we got a suggested motion or?
Yeah, on the bottom, it's a little smaller. I moved to approve the service agreement with Parker Tree Service Inc.
I move to approve the service agreement with Parker Tree Service Incorporated.
I'll second.
All right, do we have any further discussion? I'll ask for roll call vote.
All right, Council President Schaefer,
Aye.
Councilor Burke, Councilor Hicks, Councilor Cobbs, Councilor Lambert,
Aye.
Councilor Wilhelm, Mayor Johnson.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you. Okay, now we'll move on to the next two, and you said we're gonna lump these two together?
Yeah, well, let's see, yeah, so we do need to have a public hearing on these two. Basically, we're gonna ask yes or no kind of at
Okay.
the end, so. But for Anderson Perry and Ducote Consulting, the scopes of work are for the community
You
development.
want me to go ahead and call the.
After I introduce them, I'll just be quick. So the scopes of work are for the community development block grant. The scopes of work have been reviewed and approved by the city attorney, and the letters from the city attorney for each of those scopes of work have been included in the packet. So everything is good to go here. Go ahead and call the public
Okay,
hearing.
I'll call the public hearing to order. You want me to staff review, or was that your staff review?
That was it.
Okay, councilors, any questions? No. And I'll open it up to the public. Is there anybody in favor?
I have a question there, but.
Yeah, we'll take a question.
Okay, what is this particular block grant's general scope?
$2.5 million to fix up our water pipes.
This is involving the public works and water system.
Yeah.
Then definitely.
Much needed, yes.
I just wanted to double check. I thought that's what it was, but I wanted to make sure.
Yeah, thank you. Okay. Anybody against? Neutral? We'll close the public hearing at this time and open it back up to the council for a motion.
I make a motion that I move to approve the Anderson Perry CDBG scope of work agreement along with the Ducote Consulting CDBG scope of work agreement.
A motion, do we have a second?
Mine seconds.
Second. And I'll take a roll call vote.
All right, Council President Hilton Schaefer, Councilor Burke, Councilor Hicks, Councilor Cobbs, Councilor Lambert, Councilor Wilhelm, Mayor Johnson.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you. We'll move on to Fund Journal.
Louise and I looked through the bills and we would make a motion that we can pay them, please.
We have a motion, we have a second.
I second you pay to those.
All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Yay, proposal.
All right, administration matters. Anything on that?
Not at the moment.
All right, for good of the order, I just want to thank city staff for their efforts in completing the flower bed project out front. It looks really nice. And I also want to thank them for their efforts at the downtown park. That also looks good. And they worked on that. Thank you, sir.
And I wanted to specifically call out Jason again for coming down there and trying to help clean up in front of the library where the cats have decided to make it out of our flower bed.
So thanks to Jason for cleaning up the public library for us. Also, I want to thank the Elgin Lions Club. They really do a lot for our community. And I don't think I've ever mentioned that in good of order before. So I just want to thank them for their service to Elgin. Publicly thank them. So
Oh, we have River Fest coming up.
yeah, that's what made me think of them and all their hard work they're doing. So you guys have anything else for good of the order?
Yeah, Mr. Mayor, I wanted to request that we have a moment of silence for the late Senator Bob Packwood, who died over the weekend. He was a senator from Oregon, and in the 1980s, he helped the city get a canine unit.
Okay, would you like to start it and end it?
We just
Okay, let's take a moment of silence. Thank you. All right. Anything else from good of the order? All right. Into a regular meeting, I go into executive session.
Yep.
Yeah, actually, people talk to a counselor can, if you either. Now,
City Hall will be closed. There is no anticipated action by the city council.
no anticipated action by us, so we will lock up City Hall. Thanks for coming, folks.
Oh.